is this your guys' first time at South by? Is this the band's second time? Or?
Yeah, well, we went last year and did a couple of little things, and then, yeah, this is our second year.
Cool. Is there anybody here you guys are really excited to see? Are you going to have time to catch anybody else, really?
We're pretty busy, but hopefully, I don't know, I mean, I would be down to go see some people that I haven't seen before.
I want to see Lee Fields and the Expressions.
Yeah, our label mate.
I guess let's go back to kind of like the beginning of the band, in a way. I read that you guys met in high school. Like, what does that mean? Like, were you guys in a class together? Like,
Max and I were, Max randomly came to my high school in New York City for his last year. So he was a senior and I was a sophomore. And we were both in jazz band, but like different jazz bands. Like he was in like the senior one and I was in like the younger one.
Was there like a competition between you guys?
No.
Okay.
But we went to Berkeley in Boston. Like there was like this competition for high schools all around the country, and we were both there, and then we met. And
like, how long were you the Shacks immediately when you became like a band together, or?
I don't think so. I mean, we kind of, I don't know.
I mean, pretty much since when we first started.
Yeah.
Hanging out, we started making music at the same time.
Yeah. I guess like literally the name didn't come for like a couple months, but yeah, like a week or two after we met, we made our first demo together.
And are any of the songs from the first demo? Which ones are on
Birds
the
is the
record?
very first.
And Haze.
Tracks 1 and 3.
Those are like the first two songs that we made.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't like take very long for you guys to like hit on the sound and figure,
Yeah, no, it's pretty immediate and natural. But, like, and Ben and I have been playing together for many years since high school, and then I started playing with Shannon, and her voice is just so unique and good. So that immediately was just very inspiring.
And Max, you cold emailed Daptone a demo at one point. Like, how old were you when you did that?
14.
You were 14,
Yeah.
and like, what did you send to them?
I sent a song I wrote for Sharon Jones.
Okay. That's like amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a cool song.
Yeah,
I
you played drums on it.
Yeah.
We were in 9th grade. And Gabe called me the next morning.
And it was like, you sent it and the next day
The next day he called me, yeah.
Wow.
I was blown away. I couldn't believe he called me. And then I went in and met him and met Tom Brennick that same day at Roberta's Pizza in Bushwick.
Uh-huh.
Just kind of hit it off.
As like a 14-year-old, like, did you think that was going to happen? Like, what? I'm just like trying to imagine myself at 14 to be like, I'm going to go for this.
You learn, there's a lot of things to learn as any 14-year-old grows up in the world and becomes an adult. You learn a lot of lessons and stuff. I just learned a lot of that stuff around the record label and those people, which was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up sort of in that kind of scene, which is a cool way to grow up.
Sure.
From a boy to a man.
Yeah. And you like toured with Charles Bradley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toured with Charles Bradley, toured with Lee Fields, which was an amazing experience that I try to bring into our band.
Cool. You guys kind of talk a lot about how much you love old school country music. And we're in Texas, so like what are some of your favorite like old school country?
George motherfucking Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Texan.
Saw a cool sticker yesterday that said that.
Yeah, really? Yeah, a bumper sticker?
Said,
Nice.
Yeah.
Roy Orbison.
Hank
Grew up on Roy
Williams.
Orbison.
Yeah.
Texan. Where's Hank Williams from?
Charlie Pride.
I think Hank is a Texan too.
Really?
I'm not sure.
Wow.
Hank
No.
Williams.
I mean, I feel like it's like a good bet. It's either like Texan or from Tennessee.
Yeah,
I think,
Yeah.
I thought he
Like,
was
No, I don't
from
think he's
Shreveport,
from
right?
Texas.
Louisiana.
No.
Oh, really?
He's from,
Shreveport.
I want to say Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama.
Okay.
I think.
We all have different.
So
I'm
what do
pretty
you
sure I'm
guys
right.
what do you guys like really like? I mean, I'm another person like I love old school country.
Yeah.
Like I go.
Gives
to
me
record
chills
stores
just thinking
there.
about like Kalijah and
Yeah.
the Hank Williams tune.
Yeah.
We actually listened to, so many country artists in the 60s put out Hank Williams records where they played Hank Williams songs, so many. And we were listening to a Roy Orbison Hank Williams record. He did a version of Kalijah, and it was awesome. He just really expanded it into a full band. But Hank Williams' songs just planted the seeds of so much of country music and combined all the different elements of American music so beautifully, like bluegrass and blues, and I just love it. And his voice.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and you've also said like you guys really only listen to like older music. Like, why do you guys like? What do you like about older music versus something newer? Because you are a newer band. You know?
Well, we have started listening to a lot of hip hop this past year.
Okay.
For sure. Kendrick Lamar is probably the newest artist, but Tupac is my favorite artist of all time. But other than that, it's mostly 50s, 60s, 70s music.
Yeah, I mean, I think like for all of us, it kind of just speaks to us in a way that music, like more modern music, doesn't really.
Sure.
Just living in a different time. It's weird. Like everything's different now. Not in a bad way necessarily, but if fonts that are on anything in the world are just different, they have a different aesthetic sense. Just everything in the world is just a different sense that people have, and that for some reason, I don't know, it's like something in the water. Times change, and just the overall everything from the 50s and 60s and 70s appeals to us. It's like, for some reason, we find everything from that era cooler. Even if it's not great music or anything, it's still sort of, it resonates with us more, just because of the time.
Yeah, and I think like it feels different if you're like at a record store and find this Roy Orbison, you know, Hank Williams record, and going in and buying like, you know, the new, you know, Future record. Feels like you're uncovering, because like you have to do a lot of digging on your own.
Oh yeah, Princeton Record Exchange, where Ben and I grew up, is an amazing store, and that's how we learned a lot about music, is by going in there. Everything's like under $10. They have an amazing turnover and records, and sort of buying records and then tracing that back and looking at, you know, who produced that and just tracing all the roots there. And it's vinyl was a huge part of that. We don't just listen to vinyl or anything like that.
Yeah.
We buy a lot of CDs there too.
We like CDs.
Yeah.
But vinyl is just such a great way to learn and dig.
So is that like, is the decision to be more like an analog band, like that's like a very conscious decision, like in your guys' like recording and...
Yeah, I mean, we can't. I was thinking about this morning. If we tried a couple times, just going straight into the computer and making rhythm tracks straight into the computer. We just can't do it. It just doesn't feel right. We record analog, and then eventually, a lot of the time, it's in the computer for the finishing touches and to bring to another studio to mix. But just the basis is always analog. It just feels right. It's the way we've always done it. Just we can't really. The computer just doesn't feel right.
So like, what are the added challenges for you guys to like? I mean, are you having to like track down older equipment to record to, or?
It breaks a lot, and it's hard to repair it.
And they're heavy.
Yeah.
It's usually
Why is that? Like,
There's just this one guy, Russ, who just knows how to fix them, but we have to like keep bringing them back all the time.
Yeah, there are like 3 machines,
In the
and we're now like
rotation.
rotating. There are
Really?
2 at the shop, and 1 we're using.
Just keep breaking.
Yeah.
Tascam 388. Yeah. 8-track machine.
Cool. So let's talk about the record itself. How long from like, you said the demos turned into this, like, or some of the songs are on the record. Like, how long from when you decided like we're gonna make the record to it being done? Did that whole
A long
process
time,
take?
I think. I mean, yeah, because I don't know. I mean, we made so much music over the past 3 years as a band, but it was kind of a slow process of kind of picking the ones to get together and make an album and like mixing them and doing mastering and doing a bunch of different versions. So it was like the songs themselves have been done for a long time, but the mastering got finished like earlier this year, I think.
We spent like a year mastering the record.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially for vinyl.
And at the same time, we've continued making a bunch of new songs. Like, we have pretty much another record done by now, and like more than that too. So we're excited for it to finally be coming out.
Yeah.
So what was beyond the gear problems? Like, what was the hardest part of recording the record?
I mean, she's just so such a diva in the studio. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Can't work without my lattes.
Yeah, gotta get her lattes every 5 seconds. I mean, you just gotta keep moving forward and recording, and some songs come out great. You don't know why. It's just all about the amount that you come up with.
Mhm.
So.
Are you guys gonna do an instrumental release on this? You gonna-
Yep. 100%. The CD deluxe edition has all the instrumentals.
Oh, cool.
It'll probably also come out on vinyl.
It's awesome.
There's some songs where the rhythm track contains the vocals, so we can't do those instrumental. Like All Day Long on the record, it was acoustic guitar and drums and vocals are the basic track, so you can't extricate the vocals.
Right.
But a lot of the other ones, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I also have to ask about the Apple commercial. I mean, I'm sure you guys are like probably get that all the time at this point. But like, what have you seen from the Apple commercial? Like, was that like
That song got really popular.
Yeah. Was
Strange
that? Did you expect the response that it got, or?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I mean, because that little clip of the song was playing everywhere for a while, so kind of figured it would get around. But no, it was really cool. We got some exposure from that, and it was awesome.
Did you how did you choose to do that as the song?
They chose it, actually.
Oh,
I
cool.
mean, they just kind of set the whole thing up. I mean, I don't really know. Like, I think they picked the song, and then maybe like thought that I could be in the commercial too, and then like a few days later, I was like on a plane to LA. So it was very mysterious and secretive.
As things are at Apple,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
At the
But-
food company.
Yeah, the fruit company. Yeah. I guess what's next? So you guys said you have another record pretty much recorded. Is that going to be LP too then?
Mhm.
Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
when
Definitely.
when are you thinking you're gonna try to release
As
that?
soon as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like the industry these days. There's a lot of lead time, as opposed to back in the day. There was definitely less lead time for whatever reason.
Mhm.
People would record records and they'd come out like a week later, literally. But we like that approach, so if they'll let us put it out as soon as possible,
Yeah.
and then have another one.
It's very like George Jones. Like
Yeah,
putting,
totally.
Like 30 LPs
Yeah.
in each
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Why not? You gotta
I
make,
mean,
gotta
He's
make
just
money.
like in the, I don't know, they're like in the studio, like running the mastering tapes
Yeah,
in the store. Like,
totally, totally.
Yeah.
And I mean, what else can you do than just keep plugging away at whatever you're doing, and try to find yourself and your sound and evolve, just by going to the studio like it's an office,
Yeah.
and playing shows. That's all I can do.
Just another day at the office.
Yeah. Punch the clock, yeah.
Pretty
Cool.
fun
I mean,
office.
yeah, if you guys want to do mezcal or, yeah.
We got a long day, so I think.
I'm
Yeah.
not letting you guys do it anymore.
Yeah, we gotta take it easy.
Okay.
We have a show at
If we
11.
could, we'll have Amelia, our photographer, just take a couple of